keep this show going, welcome your next comic to the stage, Chris Allen.
Guys, so it's springtime, right? It's the best time of the year. And you know how I can always tell that it's springtime? For me, it's always that first time that I look out and I see a ridiculously happy couple riding around together on a tandem bike. Does anyone else hate these mechanical versions of a human centipede? I just hate them. I don't know what it is. I don't get it, I guess. I look at it and I'm like, who wants to sit on the back of the tandem bike? That's kind of like volunteering to be a slave on a Viking ship. I don't get it. It's like somebody took a look at Viking and went, hey, here's an idea. Why don't we take the fun part of Viking, the steering and the control, get rid of that, we'll just leave you with the crappy part of Viking, the pedaling. Have fun. Go for it, you know? I don't get it at all, you know? And I was thinking to myself, like, the only reason why you'd want to sit on the back of the tandem bike, I mean, unless you're an ass man, of course, is because when you're on the back of the bike, you can just kind of kick back and do nothing. The person in the front is all like, oh my God, I'm getting so tired. The only good problem is I can totally keep this up all day. But you know what, guys? I think actually it's not the bike that bothers me so much as it is seeing really ridiculous couples happily in love. I think that bugs me because girls always say to me, they say, Chris, you are so amazing. I really like spending time with you. You are the best friend. Oh, that one hurts, and I get it all the time. If the friend zone was an actual place, you know, like a mythical realm, like in Game of Thrones, and there was all these kingdoms, I would be like the Grandmaster King Wizard of all of them. Like, you know, like the kingdom of, even though I don't want to touch your penis, I'd love for you to pay for this meal. Deal there. I'm also quite popular in the land of vacation out of town. Sure, you'll come along with you. Just make sure there's 2 beds. Yeah, that's my land. Actually, if any of you guys are ever traveling through those lands, just tell them King Chris of Friendlandia sent you. You'll be well looked after, my friends. Actually, I'm going to get my knights together right now, and we're going to go on a little crusade for the land of, hey, how about a sympathy hand job at least? Speaking of handies, I am not much of a handyman. I'll tell you that, guys, right now. Actually, the only handies around my house are the ones I give myself. But no, I decided, you know what, I'm getting older, it's time for me to take on some skills, learn some things. I decided that I would take on what I thought would be easy. I decided I'd recaulk my bathtub. How hard can this be, right? So I grabbed my roommate, I started heading down to Home Depot. Well, my roommate decides it'd be fun to start screwing with me a little bit. And he goes, hey Chris, when we get to Home Depot, how are you planning for asking for the caulk? It's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, you can't just go in there and be like, hi, I hear you have a fine selection of caulk. Might I see it? I'm like, shut up, that's not going to happen, right? And then I get down there, and now he's kind of in my head. And you guys know how like no one will ever help you at Home Depot? Well, I get in there, and this ninja Home Depot guy pops up like right in front of me. He's like, hi, welcome to Home Depot, how can I help you? And I didn't really get a chance to think about what to say, so I just said the first thing that came to my mind, maybe the worst thing I could have said. I just looked him right down the barrel and I said, I need caulk. Yep, that's what I went with. Straight to the gayest part of my soul, and I just Freudian slipped it out there. I need caulk. But this guy was cool, actually. I mean, I guess he gets that a lot. Yeah. And so he took me to the Isle of Caulk. It sort of sounds like a pirate porn movie, doesn't it? They're like, Yar, welcome to the Isle of Caulk. You gotta wonder why Jack Sparrow wore so much eye makeup all the time, right? Weird. But anyways, I grabbed some caulk, and then I go home. So now my next job is I gotta take the old caulk off the bathtub, like the old dirty caulk. You guys can see how this is hard to talk about. But anyways, I'm trying to scrape off this old caulk, and it just won't come. I mean, I just can't get it off. And so I'm like, am I an idiot here? I look up on the internet to see if I'm doing something wrong, and it turns out, I can't even make this up, that to remove the old caulk, you're supposed to first apply a substance called a cock softener. I'm like, that's great, right? So I head back down to Home Depot, and I'm trying to be so serious, right? I walk up to this young guy at the customer service. I'm like, hi, can you tell me where I can find a cock softener? And this guy, he thinks he's pretty funny. He goes, hey, Julie, one of your boyfriends is here. End of the day, guys, I got the job done. You got to come to my house and check out my gleaming white cock sometime. It's awesome. You guys are a great audience. Thanks. That's okay.
Give it up for Chris Allen.